In their other life, my cats are yogi, so you can definitely see them doing down dog and upward facing dog today. Anyway, welcome to the class. You're going to stand at the front of the mat, and I'm going to actually move around, obviously, because I want to make sure that you know what exactly I'm asking of you. So what we will do is we're going to grab our mats or our straps, and they're going to be, our towels or our straps, and they're going to be slightly wider than, the grip is going to be slightly wider than our shoulders. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So you're going to take a nice long inhale, and with that, let's lift our arms all the way above. Good. Now from here, drop your shoulders as low as you possibly can. Just drop them. Good. And now from here as well, try not to bring your chin forward or crane your neck. Maybe lift your chin just a little bit. We're going to try and inhale a little bit deeper here, and then with an exhale, let's bend our elbows and bring the strap kind of behind our head. And let's try that again. Inhaling all the way up. And with a nice long exhale, we're going to try and bring that strap just a tiny bit deeper here. So the point here is that without craning the neck, we're going to try and not touch the back of our head. One last time. Inhaling, lifting through our chest and through our rib cage. And with an exhale, drop. How far can you bring it? Maybe it is now behind your neck. Maybe it is even lower, almost at the shoulders. And for the next 3 breaths, I want you to stand here. And what's going to happen is you're going to find that your arms are shaking, and that's okay. It's actually not an easy thing. One more breath. And with your next inhale, lift your arms all the way up and bring them in front of you. You're going to take an inhale, and with a long exhale, you're going to pull this strap apart. And we're going to drop that strap down. So we're definitely now much more open and warm in the back. Now, bring that strap behind you. Your palms are going to be facing forward, and you're grabbing it right behind your hips. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. You're going to take a nice long inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin, and bring your arms as far up as you can, and drop it back down. Inhale. And again, with an exhale, lift, 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 lift. And with an inhale, bring it back. One last time. Inhale. This time we're going to stay here. After we're done with an exhale, we're going to take another long inhale and long exhale. Good. Bring your arms back down. Rest. Now, we're going to release the strap. We're going to come back to it very shortly. So reach your arms all the way up. Clasp your left wrist and pull gently to the right side of the body as you're bringing your hips to the left. One more breath. With your next inhale, go ahead and lift, switch, and with an exhale, we're going in the opposite direction. One more breath. Coming all the way back. Place your hands together and bring them to your heart center. Now from here, we're going to start to ground ourselves. So once again, you are standing at the front of your mat. Breathe through your nose, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Lift up your chest. It is touching your thumbs. Roll your shoulders back. Press your shoulder blades together. Lock your knees here for me. Press fully into the soles of your feet. Open up both through your belly and through your hips. Feeling strong, feeling tall. One more breath. And exhale. Good. Reach all the way up now. And from here, we're going to go into Swan Dive. So your palms are going to face away from you. You're reaching with your chest forward, nice and slow. You're keeping your back really, really arched, and you're coming into that forward fold. Good. Drop your head here, relax, and take a note as to how far your hands are reaching. And it really doesn't matter how far, as long as we have the difference between this and when we come back into forward fold at the end of this practice. Very nice. As you come all the way up from here, grab your towel, grab your strap, and go ahead and lift it all the way with you. Release your arms first, activate your back, and start to come up. So now we're really using both our glutes, our back, and our hamstrings to lift all the way back up. Good. From here, drop your arms behind you, and once again, you're going to grab your strap, your towel, palms are facing forward just like they did before. You are at about hip width. That's where the grip is. Inhale, and with an exhale, forward fold. Check yourselves again as you come through the center. Your chest is open and your back is slightly arched. And from here, we're going to start to lift our arms as far over our head as your shoulders and your chest and your arms are willing to go. Drop your head and keep bringing your arms forward, forward, forward. Remember, it is your exhalation when you're really trying to do that. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Lift your chin first and start to lift up. Keep your arms as high as you can. Don't immediately drop them. They're really working here. Come halfway. That's your tabletop position with reversed arms. Inhale. And with an exhale, come all the way up. Check in with yourselves. You don't need the strap here. Bring your arms all the way up. Clasp your hands. Lean to the right. Come through the center. Lean to the left. Very nice. And now we're going to go once again into forward fold. And then from here, let's bend our knees. Bring your left leg back. Bring your right leg back. Good. Shift your hips gently side to side. You are in this tabletop position. I'm going to move and hopefully you can see both me and the reflection in the mirror. Roll your shoulders back. Drop your belly into your cow. Relax your elbows. Soften them. And when you are in this cow, and I know I repeat this over and over again, but what you really want to do is not so much worry about how much you are arched, but rather how much forward can you bring your chest. So it's not so much about your chin going crazy up or your head crazy back, but rather how open are you through the very front of your body. And now we're going to go in the opposite direction. Tailbone under, around your back, one vertebra at a time, and just drop your head here. Straighten your arms. Maybe gently shift your body side to side, just a little bit. You know, a couple of inches to the right, a couple of inches to the left. Good. Roll your shoulders back. Come back into your neutral position. Release your left arm all the way up. Nice big twist. This is the first real twist of the day. So go gently, inhale. And with an exhale, swing that left arm under your right. Come as low as you feel comfortable. Maybe you can place both your ear and your left shoulder on the floor. And once again, lift. So you're pressing into that right hand in order to lift and open just a tiny bit more. Maybe look up and back in. Right shoulder is working, left one is moving. One last time, opening and reaching, reaching, reaching. Should be a little bit easy now to reach. And now coming all the way back down, just for a split second. And then lifting by pressing into that right hand. So you're really using that shoulder here. Good. Let's do that on the other side. Settle in here. Chest is open. Everything is nice and happy, and reach with your right arm. Go as far as your body is ready to go. Do not force anything. Now we're under our left arm, softening as we're placing our right shoulder and our right ear on the floor. And once again, starting to inhale as we're lifting, rotating, reaching, maybe looking at our thumb, and then coming back in. Everything is soft. Your spine almost goes through 180 degrees here. And one last time. Open, reach. And with an exhale, dive in, using your left arm and your left shoulder. Press into that left hand as you lift. Very nice. Go ahead and move your body gently forward and back. This is just to stretch your wrists a little bit here. Keep pulling your shoulders back. Good. One more time. Very nice. Go ahead and release your right leg. Extend it out. Tuck your toes. Press into your heel like you're pressing up as far as you possibly can into it. And then from here, drag it to the left side of your body. Just come back to the left side as far as you feel comfortable. And now from here, rotate, look over your left shoulder and check and see if you can see your toes. And what color are they? Mine in definite need of attention. Good. When you're done with your third breath, go ahead and re-rotate your upper body and release that leg. Bring it back, and this time go ahead and lift it. Strong spine, strong shoulders. Watch what we're going to do now. You're going to go ahead and bend your elbows. Bring them all the way down to the floor. Your elbows are on the floor, your forearms on the floor, your right leg is all the way up. And now place all that pressure into your hands as you're lifting back. We're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale, exhale, good. And inhaling down and exhaling up. And inhaling down and exhaling up. Good. And now right knee replaces, and we are shifting hips side to side. You should have definitely felt it in your left hip here, not just in your shoulders. And now we're going to try and do the same thing on the other side. So first thing first, and I'm going to rotate. You're going to release your left leg right behind you and drop it on the floor. Tuck your toes and press into your left heel. You should feel like a nice stretch in your calf and in your heel, maybe in the sole of your foot. And then from here, slide it to the right side of your body. For now, your shoulders are still facing forward. Find the place where you feel, okay, this is as far as I'm ready to go. Look over your right shoulder and also bring that right shoulder back. So the left side of your body should be really long. It actually is a really wonderful stretch. And once again, see if you can very easily and clearly see your toes. Now, if you cannot, this is definitely a good exercise for you to do on your own as often as possible. Good. When you're done with your third breath, you're going to go ahead and slide it back. And as soon as it is behind you, lift, point your toes here. So once again, elbows are going to go down and up. This time, we're not going to do any trials. Ready? Inhaling down. And exhaling up. Inhaling down. And exhaling up. One last time. Inhaling down. And exhaling up. Replace that left knee on the floor. Settle in here. And I want you to come into child's pose. Rest your shoulders a little bit because we're going to continue doing more stuff on the shoulders. And I want you to be really prepared here. One more breath. Nice. And from here, lifting up. Wonderful. All right. Right leg rises. Release your left arm in the opposite direction. So this is the balance. Your neck is aligned with your spine is flat, your hips are square, your shoulders are square. You're not bringing your left shoulder towards your left ear just because your arm is extended. Bend your right knee. Really bend it, just like you're squeezing something behind your knee. Don't drop it, please. Keep it up. Now from here, gently release that left arm and stretch it behind you. And maybe you can touch your toes, maybe you cannot, it really doesn't matter. 3 breaths here. 2 breaths. 1 more. Good. Release the grip. Left arm out. Right leg straight. 1 last time. And left hand comes on the floor. Right knee comes on the floor. Good. Shift your hips gently side to side. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Left leg out. Find your balance. Reach your right arm in the opposite direction. Keep watching those shoulders. Keep using your core muscles here to support you. Bend your left knee. Squeeze something, whatever it is, behind it. And now from here, reach your right arm back and grab your left foot or wherever you can reach. Keep pulling your shoulders back. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Release that. And both right hand and left knee are coming on the floor. All right, let's go ahead and arch our back. We're going to go into puppet here. So place your hands a little bit further up. Your hips are going to remain somewhat above your knees. Maybe they will go slightly back, but not really very much. And you're going to start to bring your chest as low toward the floor as you can. This is also a really wonderful stretch for our shoulders here. And hopefully you're really appreciating it and it's not painful. If it suddenly becomes painful, lift, give your body a chance to recover and try again. 2 more breaths, please. 1 more. Nice. From here, lift up. Keep using your hands here. Slide them back. And we are in downward facing dog. Okay, so now the spine is open and now we're gonna play a little bit more with that stretch that we did before. So, release your left arm and once again, arch and rotate and bring your left arm as high as you can. Now bend that arm and place it either on your lower back or if you think you can reach, bring it behind you, right where your right hip is. Okay, big rotation, much deeper than what we did before. Nice, wonderful. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and release that and rotate onto the right side of your body. Lean into this knee plank with your knees stacked. Wonderful. And then from here, lift your left leg all the way out. Right shoulder is working, your spine is working, chest is open. 1 more breath. Good. Connect your knees and rotate right back with your left arm behind you. Let's do that on the other side. And I will intentionally stay here so you can see what I'm looking for from behind. Right arm reaches up and we're in a twist. From here, right hand comes back. And if you can, reach into that left hip crease. If you cannot, leave it on your lower back. Doesn't really matter. 1 more breath. Reach your right arm up. Rotate now onto that left knee. Stack your knees. And right leg lifts. And your right arm goes out. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 more. Good. Go ahead and bend. Bring your right hand once again behind you and rotate. Release. Good. Now we're going to go through a whole set of chaturangas. So elbows, just like we were trying with our leg extended behind us, are going to be parallel to each other. That part is really important. My cat is so excited because I think that she sees some kind of a mammal there. I think it's kind of a rat. And we're dropping our elbows down. See how they're still parallel to each other? Good. Move your body gently forward and back. It's almost like you are bringing your chest between your hands. Your back obviously is arched. At some point in time, it would feel like, oh my God, I'm just going to collapse. Don't worry, you won't. Just get to the point where you really feel that this is something that is happening to your triceps. And after the 3rd one, lift up. Good job. All right, so now triceps are also pretty open. And shoulders back, we're slightly arched. This time, we're going to bend our elbows, but we're not going to drop them all the way down. Keep them halfway and start to lower your chest forward toward that invisible line between your hands and back. And again, down and back. This one is a little harder. One last time, down, elbows are not going to go out. Because the minute you're going to bring your elbows out, you're going to start to bring your shoulders towards your ears, and we really don't want that. All right, and we're ready to go through full chaturanga. So the movement is elbows soft, back arched, chest comes forward, and then when you no longer can drop it, we're going to start to lift it, and here we are in a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful arch. Yes, nice. Shift your hips gently side to side. Nice. Bend your knees, tuck your toes, and we're going to go into downward facing dog. So shifting hips back and up, and really, really, really pressing the earth away from us. And here, opening up very gently the back side of our legs. So just bend one knee and the opposite heel goes on the floor, and then switch. Couple, 3 times. Very nice. Shifting hips side to side one more time. And now go ahead and soften your knees. Drop them down to the floor. And come into kneeling position. Lift your arms all the way up. Good. We're going to go ahead and try and find our camel. So the first thing that's going to happen, you're going to drop your arms and you're going to place your hands, fingers down, into your lower back. And gently nudge your hips forward. Press your elbows together. Lift your chin. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Good. Release, reach, and then from here back into your tabletop position. Your toes are still tucked in, downward facing dog. Number 1. Once again, knees down, roll your shoulders as you do that, tabletop position, lift up. Use your legs to do that. Nice. From here, you're going to go ahead and reach just your right arm behind you and see if you can place your fingertips on your right heel. And your left arm is reaching, so your chest is still forward. You're not rotating here. Your right shoulder obviously is behind, a little bit more behind than your left one. So what you're going to try and do is drop your left arm as far as possible. 1 more breath for me, please. Good. Now use your core muscles here. Squeeze your glutes And then go ahead and release that right arm. And once again, we are in a tabletop position. The toes are still tucked in, down dog. One more time, inhale. And with an exhale, knees on the floor. Roll your shoulders back as you do that and lift up. Find the length in your tummy. Find the ease in your shoulders. And let's go ahead and bring our left hand, and hopefully you can actually touch that heel. If you cannot, you can always continue just placing that arm onto you, or hand rather, onto your lower back. Otherwise, see if you can do it. And now, once again, no rotation. Everything is forward, and your right arm is really, really dropping back. One more breath. Lift up. Beautiful. All right, let's give our lower back a very well-deserved break. So release your toes. And let's go back and relax in our child's pose. Separate your knees. Reach forward. Drop. Enjoy this break. Beautiful. With your next inhale, whenever it comes, you're going to go ahead and lift. Find once again your tabletop position. We're going to go through Chaturanga into high cobra. Rolling shoulders back. Once again, softening our elbows, arching our back, and reaching with our chest as low as your triceps are willing to tolerate. And then coming all the way up. So from here, we're going to go ahead and find our Sphinx. So start to bend your elbows as you're laying your tummy on the floor, and then slide your hands in front until your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Chest is open. It's a very, very proud pose. It really engages your mid-back here more than anything else. The lower body now should be completely relaxed, but your shoulders are very, very active, pressing the chest forward. Very nice. So from here, like I said, there's a lot of shoulders here today. We're going to go ahead and find our fallen tree. So first thing first, and once again, you can do that either on your toes or on your knees. I'm going to show you both variations. Variation number one, so just watch for now, observe, and keep pressing your chest forward. You're going to come into your plank position. You're going to rotate your right hand so that it is where your left elbow is, and rotate onto the right side of your body. So this is our side plank. And then from here, you're going to bend your left leg and place it either on your right shin, or if you think you can, you're going to bring it into your right inner thigh. Variation number two, which is perfectly fine, you're going to lift up here from your Sphinx on your knee plank. Once again, right hand comes towards your left elbow. You're going to rotate and first stack your knees. So once again, we are in this plank, and then you're going to find your tree. Okay? Whichever way you want to do that, we're going to do that fairly fast, and we're going to really use our breath here. Ready? Inhale, plank. Rotate your right arm, come into your right side plank, and inhale, and with an exhale, find your fallen tree. Wherever you are, knee or your foot, doesn't really matter. Reach your left arm overhead, shift your hips up. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Release your leg. Re-rotate. And we're back in Sphinx. Right shoulder was working really hard, and it was really hard on our core as well, but you did it wonderfully well. Let's do it on the other side. So I'm going to turn away from you. Find your plank. Rotate your left arm now And now we're coming back into the left side of our body. Find your tree. Whichever way you want to go is perfectly fine. Reach your right arm over your head. Breathe. From here, first release your leg, then rotate your right arm, then come back, and here we are, back in our Sphinx. Everything is so much warmer. All right, inhale, and with an exhale, lift onto your knees and start to drag your hips back. And here we are, child's pose. All right, we're going to go for a couple of balances here. Now that we have started with our tree, why don't we go ahead and try and do that? Before that, we're going to challenge our legs. Remember, emphasis, however, is still on our shoulders. Tabletop position, tuck your toes, inhale, and with an exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale at the top, down dog. Nice. Release your right leg and bring it forward between your hands. I promise you, by now, your legs are pretty ready to go. So we have not used them a lot in the past 10 minutes, but we have in the past. From here, you're going to go ahead and drag your left knee inside your right, and you're going to find your balance. Use the wall. Use your furniture. Use whatever it is that you need to use. Rotate your left foot. Rotate your left knee and find your fallen tree. And if it's hard, slowly and gently slide your left foot down, placing your left toes on the floor, and your left heel is still against your right shin. Relax your shoulders, 2 more breaths. We're here a little bit longer. 1 more. Good. Release that contact of your left foot with the right leg. Soften your knee. If you have to hold on to something, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead and bring your hands back on the floor on both sides of your right leg. Bring your left leg back. Remember, this is where we started. Drag your right leg back, and we are in down dog. Nicely done. Let's try that on the other side. No shame in holding on to something to lift up. No big deal. Left leg comes forward. Settle in here. Left knee is still very bent. Now you're going to soften your left. Soften your left knee so it's no longer as bent. Right one comes under. Find your balance and lift up. And then place your right foot either on your shin, or your toes are going to be on the floor and your heel will rest against your left shin bone or your ankle. Relax your shoulders. Stretch your left toes here. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Separate your right foot. Bring it back. Start to bend your left knee. Forward fold. This is hard. Be patient with yourselves. Right leg goes back. Left leg goes back. Release once again into your tabletop. Keep your toes tucked in. Inhale. Bring your hips slightly back, dragging your hands on the floor, and then lift up into kneeling position. Reach both of your arms all the way up. Inhale. And with an exhale, we're finding our camel. You can go 1 arm at a time. You can start with just placing both of your hands onto your lower back, pressing your hips forward, opening up your chest, really finding that openness. And then both your hands are going to try and reach the heels, respectively. One more. Squeeze your glute now. You really will need that. And lift. Hands are going to come down. Child's pose. Relax your lower back. And in this child's pose, I want you to go ahead and walk your hands to the right side where your chest is aligned with your right knee. And see if you can place your left hand on top of your right hand. Just drop in, breathe into the left side of your body and into your lower back. One more. And from here, walk your hands through the center, aligning now your chest with your left knee as much as you can. Don't fight your body. And your right hand covers your left, and you breathing, dropping, relaxing. Two more breaths. One more. Nice. Go ahead and walk your hands back to center. We're going to go into forward fold. So tuck your toes. Come back into your tabletop position, and then from here, walk your hands towards your knees, come into this crouching position. So your heels are probably completely off the floor. I doubt it's not easy to place your heels on the floor in this position. But I want you to press your upper body into your calves. I guess that would be the right place to, so that, and pretend that you're placing your heels on the floor. This will give our calves a very, very beautiful stretch. All right, hands are on the floor. Inhale, and with an exhale, start to straighten your legs. Heels are on the floor, and we are once again in our forward fold. Remember I told you we're going to come to that forward fold toward the end of our practice today. So I have a question for you. Are you a little bit more open? Do you think that you can reach your hands a little more than you did when we just started? Good. If that's the case, roll your shoulders back, reach your arms all the way out, arch your back, lift your chin, inhale, and with an exhale, start to lift up. So this is the opposite of our swan dive. And reach your arms up, and bring your hands to your heart center. Good. Let's check and see if our upper body has opened up as well as we hoped it did. So once again, grab your straps. And I will challenge you on this one. This is going to be really fun. So once again, you're going to place your hands a couple of inches wider than your shoulders. This is where we were in the beginning. You're going to take a nice long inhale, and with that, your arms are going to come up and over behind your ears without us craning our neck. Good. Inhale again. Lift through that rib cage and start to bend your arms, bringing them as low as you think you can. And your arms are going to start shaking. Wonderful. Now here, as you do that, I want you to bring your body onto your left leg, rotate your right knee out, and find your tree. You're ready, I promise. Lift your arms up, bring them in front, and now release that right foot. Nicely done. You can see the power of our arms when they're not otherwise engaged when it comes to our balancing. Even if we're not holding on to something, every single movement in our arms helps us keep the balance. But once our arms are otherwise engaged, it's much harder to hold on to our balances. So now you know what we're going to go for. Once again, inhale, lift. Exhale, drop your arms, maybe an inch lower than before. Breathe. Bring your body weight onto your right leg. Release, rotate your left leg. One more breath. First your arms. Hang on to this. And now your leg. I have a feeling you did absolutely awesome. All right, now go ahead and grab your straps or your towels behind you, your belts, whatever it is that you're using. Once again, your palms are facing forward. We're going to go up once again into forward fold. So, shoulders back. By now, we have our perfect posture. Core is engaged as always. Inhale, hinging at the hips. We're going to start to fold forward. Chin is forward. This really helps us figure out how perfect our posture is, and then continue on. And then from here, just like before, you're trying really hard to reach your arms as far forward as your shoulders allow you. And all I'm looking for, as always, is that you are just a tiny bit deeper into this. That's all. One more time. All right, lift your chin. Everything is active very slowly. We're coming halfway up. This is where the backside of our legs is working. Nice. Little pause here. And then with another long exhale, we're lifting, 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 lifting. Nice. And if you had to take a couple of extra breaths there, no big deal. All right, release your strap. And we're going to find our way on the floor now. We're going to start to wind down. And I really like us to continue practicing, going into chair pose and then trying to get on the floor without thump. And hopefully not using our arms. All right, and here we are. Going, going, going. Well, maybe just a little crackle in our knees. And coming all the way in. All right, so we're gonna really relax through our lower back, through our entire spine here before we go into final Shavasana. So what I need you to do is cross your right leg over your left leg. Bring your knees towards your chest. Your hips are most likely going to release from the floor. Slide your hands down. So your left hand ends up on your right, because that's the side that it's on, and your right one on your left. Gently pull your feet, your ankles apart. Watching your knee, relax your shoulders. Good. You should feel a good, wonderful stretch in your right hip, possibly in your right glute, possibly even in your hamstrings. 2 more breaths, nice and easy, just like that. The lower back is now very, very round and very heavy. Good. Go ahead and release that. And now place your feet on the floor. Keep that pretzel position. Release your right arm to the right and drop your knees to the left. So much easier to go with long breaths here. One more breath. Very nice. And from here, you're going to lift, rotate back, and let's switch. So left thigh over your right thigh. Bring your knees towards your chest. Good. And then slide your hands down. Left one, right one, left. Gently pull them apart. Maybe you can lift your hips just a tiny bit more off the floor, but that should be really, really, really very little effort on the part of your spine. It's all in your arms. You're really using your arms here, both to pull your knees to your chest as well as to pull your feet apart. Very nice. Remember this stretch for when your hips are uncomfortable. And go ahead and release your feet on the floor. Well, it's mainly right foot that's on the floor. And now left arm comes to the left, and we're gently bringing our knees to the right. One more breath. Nice. And very gently lifting up. Now, if you really like these stretches, you could have your final Shavasana just like that, by hugging your knees and opening up your hips. Otherwise, go ahead and separate. And very slowly and gently start to straighten your legs away from your hips. Drop your arms by your sides. And now I want you to start to soften your breathing. Close your eyes. The next 2 minutes are going to be all about scanning your body, as we always do at the end of these practices. We're letting go, allowing our bodies to be really, really, really heavy. Heaviness, it's almost like a wave, just imagine that. Or maybe there's something else. Maybe you feel like there's a nice warm blanket that is covering you. Maybe you are really literal at releasing every single muscle, and I hope you are. But what I'm really looking for is for you to be very mindful about how your body feels. If there is something there that keeps bothering you, focus on it for 15, 20 seconds and relax it as much as you can. If there is nothing, continue scanning your body and letting go one muscle at a time. Make sure to relax your forehead and your cheeks. Relax your chin. Relax your neck. Relax your collarbones. Relax your scapula, your shoulder blades. Relax the top of your arms. Your triceps, they work really hard today. Relax your forearms and your wrists. Relax your palms. Relax every single vertebrae in your spine, from your neck, down, 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 down to your tailbone. Let go of your hips and your core muscles. Relax your thighs and your knees. Scan down and definitely relax your ankles. They have worked really hard today. Go ahead and rotate your ankles. Give me 3 rotations and then switch direction. Any which way you do that. It should feel good. Now go ahead and point your toes. Nice. And now gently bend your knees and slide your feet towards your pelvis. Now reach and place your hands on your knees and gently pull them towards your chest. Hug your knees, and from here, rock yourselves into a comfortable seated position. Very nice. Chest is open. Reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Reach your right arm first, and now left. And now hug yourself with your left one over your right. Tuck your chin under Round the top part of your spine. Inhale, open up again. Reach your left arm. And then your right. And then once again, hug with your right over your left. And again, gently drop your head, round your back. One last time, reach both of your arms, place your palms together, and bring them down to your heart center. And thank you so very much for joining me today, ladies and perhaps gentlemen. I'll know in a minute. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, thank you, thank you.